Good morning. Hi. You showing me your teeth? Hi, Ruru. Hi, Roo. There they are. There's those teethers. Hey, girls. Hello, beautiful farm fam. Jennifer Moreau here with Moreau Family Farm. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been to the channel before, welcome back. We're glad to have you guys. Man, it is cold, and this isn't even the worst of it. I think right now it's probably in the, I want to say 30s somewhere. I honestly did not check the temperature before I walked out the door, but I know that the rest of this week is going to be extremely, extremely frigid. It is Tuesday, and come Thursday, it's going to be like 7 degrees outside with a chance of snow. Actually, it's an 80% chance of snow. So with that being said, we have got to get some better shelter for our animals so they can stay warm. They can handle this weather like the 30s, 20s, that's fine, but I feel like anything under, or like anything long standing in the 30s and under, we definitely need to protect our babies a little bit better. We have an open barn. If you're new to the channel, I'll show you the barn in just a second, but basically we have 6 stalls in our barn. One of those 6 stalls is a bigger stall, but it does have a cow milking stand in it. So we use that stall for our calf. However, with the colder weather, we're going to be switching some stuff up a little bit. We are not 100% sure what we're going to do. Let me show you the barn, and then I guess you guys are just going to come along with us and see what we figure out. Now, one thing we've always done in the past is just use a lot of blankets for our goats. But in the past, we always had a Highland cow that can handle very cold weather. They're from Scotland, so it gets extremely, extremely cold there. Here in northern Alabama, we are not really used to temperatures that stay. I know I have one glove on, one glove off because I can't touch my screen. I have pockets, so we'll use my pocket for that hand. But Highlands can handle very cold weather, and milk cows, not so much. They can do cold weather, but anything lower than 30s, we got to bring them in. And as far as zebus, I honestly don't know. I would think that they would be able to handle the colder weather, but we don't want to risk anything. It is a mini zebu. He does have a little fat pouch on the top, so I'm sure that that helps to regulate his body temperature. But again, we just want to make sure that all of our animals are completely protected the best that we can. Our piglets that are over on the front section here, which are our 2 smaller stalls, our smallest stalls, we'll put it that way. They are open to the surroundings here. They are enclosed on 3 sides, so they do get, some warmth from, having wood instead of like a metal mesh or something like that. Like I'm talking about like the metal fencing. So they do have a good sturdy enclosure. Oh, poor little Chubbs. Chubbs is cold, but he's got a heat lamp, so he's all right. But I think we're going to put just blankets in the front for these guys here. We may need to run and get not another heat lamp, because I think we do have some heat lamps. But we may have to get a bulb. Chubbs is in here because of a whole nother story. Gosh, I hate to even talk about this kind of stuff, you guys, but I really hate to talk about all this really hard stuff with you guys, but I want to be real with you and keep you informed of pretty much everything that goes on here as far as farm-wise and what's going on, what we've experienced, the troubles that we've had. The other day, I had let Lady out in the pasture because the 2 dogs that normally come around were here. And my husband and I were getting the house cleaned up because we were getting prepared for a showing for later on that afternoon. So I had let Lady out in the pasture, and she was running around with Sergeant and stuff like that. And for the most part, we were outside with her the whole time. I was outside just like picking up sticks and stuff from a storm that we had from the night before. And I went inside and started cleaning inside the house and stuff. And my husband was already inside at that point. And then I see Daisy just like over here in this area, and she's just mooing. Like, what the heck is she doing? So I opened up the sunroom door, and as soon as I opened up the door, I heard a bunch of screaming from one of the animals. And I knew at that point that Lady did something she shouldn't have done. I didn't know what had happened. I came out and I was yelling, and I couldn't grab. There was absolutely no way I would have even grabbed my camera to show you guys. But anyways, I honestly thought that she got a hold of one of my goats, my girl goats, and I was going to kill her. Not literally, but I was very, very angry. And when I came out in the paddock area, Lady and Sergeant had our pig Chubbs. But Lady is bad, you guys. She definitely has an issue with being aggressive towards animals, and she is a hunter, and she wants to hunt and kill. And there's just nothing else that I can say about that. She needs to be watched. I don't know why, but she's out here now, but around the chickens and the ducks and stuff like that, she's fine. Yeah, I know, I see her. Around the ducks, the chickens, she's fine, although I am watching her. She's not allowed to stay outside at all by herself, ever, unsupervised. Yeah, they hurt Chubbs pretty bad. He actually is doing a little bit better than what they did to Peter, our male goat. Peter is doing really well, by the way. He is back with the male goats, and he has healed great, fantastic. He is still healing, but he is doing so well. Chubbs she grabbed his leg and hurt his leg, but because he has that tough outer skin, he actually is not as bad off as Peter was. And he's getting up to eat and drink and stuff like that, so hopefully he'll be okay. But you guys, I feel horrible. I feel like it's my fault because I forgot her outside. I wasn't thinking about the repercussions of what might happen, and honestly, I just wasn't thinking about that. And yeah, her and Sergeant together is not a good combination at all. Oh, hi. Well, somebody decided to let herself out over here. So I guess my husband left the gate open right here. He's doing something. He's working on the walls, I guess, or something. I'm not 100% sure. But Abby is now out just chomping on some hay. I heard that Zeke likes to get out and have some fun and go jumping. And whenever they get out, they just act like it's a new area and they just have a blast. And I guess Abby's gonna stay out for a little bit right now. Oh, there she goes. Abby, what are you doing? I'm gonna get Lady inside the house. It's kind of sprinkling. Anyways, the reason for this video today is to just kind of show you what our plans are. Come on. To enclose the barn the best that we can, because we are gonna have temperatures that are gonna be about 7 degrees, 10 degrees. Thursday, we have a 80% chance of snow. Friday, it's going to be in the teens, low teens, like not even teens, I'm sorry. It's going to be about 8 to 10 degrees all day, which is very cold. And Abby, where are you going? She's a pretty girl. Huh. Come here, Ab. Here. So now that I opened up the food, here comes the clan. Everybody wants to come and see what they can get. Abby wants to see what else she can get too. What's your plan? You got a plan?
Yeah. So like I said, I want to close this up right here. Carpet or something.
Okay.
Right here.
Uh-huh.
I have to put a light in there.
So what we're going to do is first we're going to pick up these eggs that are just so nonchalantly laid right here on the ground. And I think Abby just took off again. Cracked. Come on, get down, Hazel. We have the goats inside today because it is raining and they hate the rain. So, boy, these ducks are being bad lately. Mama duck has been chasing off these ducks. I think they're trying to mate with the little ones. So we're gonna have to put the boy ducks in with the other male duck over there and let them hash it out. It's so hard to tell. This one's mom. I don't know if these are males or females yet. I think they're... I don't know. Back to this stuff. Alright. So for right now, we just have these tarps that we're going to put just over the top, just to not let so much wind come from the top down. And then we'll probably just cover the fronts and the sides with blankets like we always do. But a little bit of protection is better than no protection at all. And we're not going to just build a bunch of stuff right now when we're in the process of trying to move. So we're just trying to improvise a little bit just to get these animals through the winter. Okay, so we changed our minds again. Still not sure what we're going to do with that large tarp. It's not quite as long to reach both sides, and plus we don't have the right kind of screws for it at the moment, and we're not going to go to the store and buy some. We want to use whatever we have on hand. But with the smaller tarp, I think we're going to just go over the pigs for right now, and then we'll figure out the rest as we go. So this, we're going for like a teepee tent style. The smaller the area that's enclosed, the more heat that they can provide for themselves. Oh, no you don't, mister. Chubbs thought he would escape. The purple that's on him is just from the wounds. We had to spray him with some antibacterial spray, so... The heat lamp that's in there is away from anything that can catch on fire. So that's kind of it. It's not much, but again, this is just a temporary fix, and we don't get cold temperatures for long periods of time. So this is only for like a couple of days. We very, very, very rarely get temperatures even in the teens. Now this year has been a very strange year, and it has happened before. Yeah, this is just what we're gonna do. It's fine for them, it's just for the pigs. What are you doing under there? You girls are silly. And we won't have any issues with them getting cold. And then we'll put a blanket in the front and a heat lamp. The only thing that, well, The only thing that concerns me is that it's going to be super, super dark in there.
Doesn't matter.
But
They got light.
they'll have a heat lamp, so they'll have some light. And that's only overnight anyways, and it's dark at night, so no big deal. We will see what the temperature's like. Today's Tuesday, and the really cold weather is not supposed to be in here until Friday. I think Saturday. Oh, so girls on the far end. Right now, these two girls are having fun going underneath the tarp, and they're playing. See, she's doing it again. What in the world?
Didn't take it into.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of this stuff going on, and of course, she's flagging her tail, but I really don't think she's in heat. I don't know what's going on. These girls have been acting weird. I would find it hard to believe that Hope is in heat again when she took so well when we bred her, but she's flagging. I don't know. We'll find out. We're going to go ahead and put Abby in that one stall. It's only overnight, not throughout the whole day. We'll see how the weather is. If it's raining and super cold, she will stay in there all day. She'll be fine. It's just for a day or two. We'll let her out, stretch her legs, whatever, and then put her back in. You see them. They're just over here wondering what's going on. So we'll put Daisy and Zeke over in the stall back here. And I don't think we'll have to do much to enclose that. Do you? I'm going to do some research to see what kind of cold weather temperatures that they can handle. But at least it's enclosed on 3 sides. Gosh, this one, what is she doing? She's trying to eat the tarp. Or is she just knocking it with her head? That's so silly. And these girls, like I said, they're just having fun going underneath it and being silly, as usual, because that's what they love to do. We have another blanket here. So what we're going to do for Abby, when we move Abby into this stall here, we're going to put the blanket in the front just so there's no drafts coming in this way. And as far as Daisy and Zeke, if I can find another tarp, or if I have a long blanket, maybe we can just fasten it on the top there, just so there's no drafts coming in this way. I don't know. Do you think we need to put another one here or no? Oh, well, that didn't work, guys. So, I guess Bella decided that she wanted to jump on top of it. And, yeah. Unfortunately, that's not going to work. So we've got to pull it all the way off. Next on the list, figuring out where we're going to put the turkeys. I think we can leave the turkeys there, just put another blanket on top of them.
Okay, well, I need...
Yeah, so the turkeys, as you guys know, are outside hanging by the front door. They have a blanket, but it's not quite big enough. So we'll get another blanket for them to just make sure all sides are enclosed. They do have a heat lamp. So we had to do a little bit of a change of plans again. And that's because when I put all of the goats, the female goats, the does, when I put them all together, Ruby, right here, decided that she wanted to headbutt them really hard. And not even so much headbutt, but she was like slamming them in their side. And because they're all pregnant except for Bella, I did not want to take any risks with them fighting and stuff like that. Because she was hitting Hope pretty hard. Hope is the white one who's right here. You guys, I know we have like an excessive amount of chicken poop that is everywhere. And the reason for that is because at the moment we have, I believe, 14 chickens that are free ranging, doing what they want. And that's all fine and well. But the problem is that they like to roost up here in our barn. So what happens is they end up pooping everywhere. I mean, they've already pooped everywhere on this tarp, on the blankets, you name it. It's gross. Unfortunately, right now, there's not much that we can do. We can't put them in the big coop with the rest of them because there's just way too many in there, and they will start, they'll start to fight a little bit. So we don't want to cause any problems. We've already had enough turmoil within the last couple weeks again. It seems like we just can't catch a break here on the farm. But this is how it's going to be. The pigs are all going to be over here. We still need to put Peppa, the mama pig, over in that stall. Chubbs is here. I think I'm going to leave Tiny Tim and the male goats in the stall in the back, because it's a pretty good sized shed that's back there. So I'm going to leave them in there, and Sergeant Daisy and Zeke are all going to go in the big stall over here, and Abby in this stall, and she's going to do fine in there. So that's pretty much it. That's how it's going to be. I will give you guys an update on, oh gosh, probably, well, I don't know if you guys know, but we don't celebrate Christmas here. We do celebrate, or are trying to learn how to celebrate, Hanukkah. We just believe that that is more of a tradition that Jesus celebrated, with like the Festival of Lights and the feasts. And to us, it just makes more sense than celebrating a holiday that is a pagan holiday. And if you're going to celebrate Christmas, you know, that's fine. I have no judgment against anybody who does. Just for me and my family, biblically speaking, we know that Jesus was not born on December 25th, but we know that there are some fallen angels that were born on December 25th. That's a whole nother topic for another time. One day I'll get into it. I'll try to get an updated video out to you guys to let you know how they've done over the weekend. Just thought you guys would enjoy seeing what we're doing for preparations. Everybody seems to be doing okay now. You know, the weather doesn't seem to really affect the ducks or the chickens. I mean, look, they're all sitting out here, just hanging out. It is pretty chilly out right now. The ducks are still swimming in the pond. I know that pond water is so cold, but they still love it. They'll still go in there and swim and go under the water. They are silly, silly, silly ducks. But anyways, everybody seems to be doing pretty good. The goats in the back are doing well. As you can see, the male goats are back there with Tiny Tim, and their shed is back there. So you can see they have a pretty good sized shed. There is a window in the front there, but as long as that door is closed and no drafts are getting in, the reason for all this protection is just to make sure that they're not getting, obviously, number one on that list is to make sure that they're not getting overly cold. We don't want them getting sick or getting a cold or anything like that. And you put wet goats and cold weather together, and that's just a disaster. It causes parasite issues, stuff like that, hoof rot, you name it. It could be just a slew of issues, and we're just trying to do the best that we can to make sure that everybody is dry and stays warm. And as you can see with the piglets over here, even though it is chilly out, they are outside of their little tent. They are digging in the ground over here, drinking their water. They're doing fine. Chubbs is actually laying over on this side, outside of his tent, and not in his tent, and he's been doing really well. He is recovering really, really well. So I'm glad to see that. I hope you enjoyed this information. If you guys have a farm, livestock animals, if you're a new livestock owner or mini farm owner, whatever it is, whatever you call yourself, a hobby farm, whatever it is, just know, just do the best that you can to get them protected. You don't have to go out and spend hundreds or thousands of dollars to make sure that they're protected. Grab whatever you have. If you don't have tarp, go get yourself some cheap plastic or just something that you can cover your animals with. Go get yourself some free pallets. Make just a little structure for them. You don't have to spend lots of money. You just have to know how to be thrifty and handy. That's all it really takes. Check some YouTube videos. It's really not that hard at all. You just have to put some effort into it. So while I was inside getting dinner ready, I just want to do a little reminder to you guys. If you're like us and you soak your animals' food, if it's going to be freezing temperatures, make sure you bring the food into a warm area or it will be frozen when you go out in the morning to go feed your animals. We have learned our lesson. We've done that before. Bring it into your house. That's what we do. We always have to bring it in when it's going to be lower temperatures than 32 degrees. Another thing is, and this is just something to help remind you guys, make sure you turn your faucets on outside to at least a drip, just so the pipes don't freeze up on you. Note to self, note to yourself to make sure you turn all your faucets on outside to a low drip. So hope you guys find this information helpful. Use it, you will need it. And I'm gonna get back to cooking, but I hope you all are gonna stay warm this weekend. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family this winter season. I will get a couple more videos out within this next week or two, so make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and hit the notification bell so you know the next time that we post a video. And until next time, you guys be blessed. We'll see you then. Bye bye.